Welcome back, guys. This is episode 9, right? Episode 9. Minecraft podcast gig. As you can see, this episode, all I'm doing is I'm decorating the crib for the boys. I'm fixing the roof right now, but yeah, that's what this episode's gonna be. Me just decorating the shit for the boys, for the foreman, making sure that they've got a great place to live. They all tucked away in the straw house and shit. What the fuck was that? Oh, sorry, I got people doing maintenance in the apartment below me, so if you guys hear anything, that's out of my control. So, anyways, so last episode, I talked to you guys about, what do you call it? Oh, Solarpunk, right? Talked to you guys all about Solarpunk and where that was going. Sorry for the noise. So Solarpunk is like a utopia. If you guys didn't watch the last episode, it's a utopian-based society in which nature and technology and like humans are in like this perfect symbiotic relationship, right? Where we both get exactly what we need out of it, right? The plants get what they need, nature gets what it needs, we get what we need out of all of it, and all the tech is like, bioengineered type of thing. Not maybe not bioengineered, but like how do I say this? Like, it was thought of to do the least amount of harm to integrate the technology into the farming and stuff like that. If you guys haven't watched that episode, highly recommend. I love theorizing about it, all that kind of stuff. It's great. I have a little video that I mentioned. Wonderful video. I want to mention too. I did not realize that video was a Chobani ad. I don't remember it being a Chobani ad for fucking yogurt. I don't remember that. So it's kind of cheesy like that. But take activate the Neuralink in your brain and edit that Chobani shit out. You know what I mean? Don't pay attention to it. It kind of ruins the experience. I'm not going to lie. But that is besides the point. This episode is on a completely different basis. Not completely different. It's still relative, and I'm glad that the episodes of what I'm doing in Minecraft here are kind of similar because they all kind of tie into each other. It worked really nicely like that. But today I want to talk to you guys about the plausibility of Cyberpunk. And if you ask my opinion on this right off the bat, this is way more plausible than Solarpunk, than anything else, because there's a lot of it that's quite prevalent in today's society already. And I think it's such a shame, dude. Such a shame to see us going in this direction, but it totally is. So yeah, Cyberpunk, for those of you that don't know, Cyberpunk, right? Cyberpunk is like Solarpunk, but a dystopian. So instead of being a utopian, it's dystopian. So Cyberpunk is basically kind of the opposite of Solarpunk, in where technology like rules everything. We haven't had a good trade-off between nature and tech. Like, tech just kind of finagled its way into everything, and now it's a part of us. Like, as humans, we are integrated with technology. Like the whole Neuralink thing is like, that's a thing and stuff like that. So I'm not saying Cyberpunk in and of itself is, I know there's a game called Cyberpunk, but Cyberpunk being the word that it is a how do you call it? Like, what do you call it? It's like an ideology and like a big what if, right? But thank God to CD Projekt Red for taking this idea and just running with it, dude. If you guys haven't played Cyberpunk 2077, you guys you're missing out. I understand, like, if you guys are all on the fence about it because of all the updates you've seen, all the the fucking bugs and the glitches and like, oh, it's not running right. They have completely fixed pretty much everything. I have had nothing but a smooth experience, and any glitches that happen are like weird Skyrim. I would relate them to Skyrim type glitches, like when it's just kind of funny, you know what I mean? You're just like, it doesn't happen all that often, but it like when it does, you're like, okay, that's funny. I'm playing a video game, you know what I mean? It takes you out of it, which is nice because it's a very heavy topic, right? It's a very heavy concept. It's kind of crazy. So I wanted to talk to you guys more about why I think that this is more plausible than Solarpunk type thing. And if you're going to ask me what I think is the biggest factor for this is capitalism. Oh, sorry. I hit my desk. I think it's capitalism. And for those of you that don't know what capitalism is, I'm not going to give you a textbook definition for this. You guys can look it up. I'm going to give you my like understood definition, and maybe it's wrong, but it's whatever. It's what I understand, right? So it's basically like it's a society or an idea that somebody is taking something that you need desperately, right? And they're supplying a product to fix your problem, to find a solution, right? But they're selling you a solution, and they're keeping it behind like a paywall. So one example of this is like paying for water, right? This is so dumb. This is so stupid. But every day we do it. Whatever apartment we live in, whatever house we live in, if you are in America, you pay for water, you know, with your rent, whether it's a different bill. I understand that there are other things that need to be paid for in order for us, like, to, oh shit, I'm fighting the fucking, you're trying to raid me, bro. He's trying to raid me hard. And then he almost killed the dog too. He almost killed Jethro, dude. I was so shook by that motherfucker. Anyways, but they're trying to sell you they keep behind a paywall, right? So like, it's really stupid that in America that you have to pay for water when it is a natural human thing for all of us to consume water. Like, you can't live without water. You can't. You can't. You will die if you don't have water. So people put this behind a paywall because, you know, you got to sanitize the water, you got to recycle it, and that's what pays for everything, and then pays for the buildings, and then you shouldn't be paying for water. That's really fucking stupid. Now, this video might get flagged for this too, because another opinion of mine is the American healthcare system and the pharmacies try to just sell you solutions, right? Instead of fixing the root of the problem, where us as individuals, instead of relying on healthcare and people who have supposedly taken years and years of medical grade schooling and education to try and fix your problem, they just sell you a pill to try and just band-aid that shit, instead of looking at like, what are your sleeping habits? What are your nutrition habits? What are your activity habits? You know, like, how much sugar do you have in the day? How much fat do you have in the day? How much protein do you have in the day? Do you have any vegetables? Like, most medical problems, most of them, and I'm not dogging, like, if you have cancer, you have to go to the doctor. You know what I mean? Like, there's no, like, you're going to die. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't go to the doc, you're going to die. So there are certain things that today's medical industry is really good for, and then but a lot of them, not so much, if you ask me. I have solved a lot of my problems through trial and error of my own body and figuring out what the fuck is going wrong. You know what I mean? What's happening? What can I stop eating? What can I start eating? What can I start doing? What can I stop doing to improve my life, improve my balance that I have, right? So that's another example, but that's a whole different topic that we can talk about in a different episode, because I would totally nerd out on that. Probably get a little heated, but that is the overarching, like, idea that like ties cyberpunk and actual reality, the one that we live in currently, 2024, together, is capitalism. It's so prevalent through the game. It's so prevalent in real life. It's insane. So yeah, I'll probably bring that up throughout this episode. I'm trying not to make it too crazy because I could really get into this. If you want to take another example of your everyday life in which it's just overrun by something and you don't even realize it anymore. It's just overrun. Your goddamn phone. How many times a day do you say, "Where's my phone? Where's my phone at? Where? Oh, I need my phone. I got to show you guys a video. I need my phone." Have you seen that video? Oh, let me pull it up real quick. Oh, what's the square root of? Oh, let me just Google that shit real quick in my pocket. Like, I don't think the severity of cell phones was fully understood until maybe 2 years ago. Like when COVID hit, dude, when COVID fucking hit, dude, people were like, okay, I'm spending too much time doing this shit. I'm spending way too much time on my phone, on my computer, on my whatever, right? And you saw a lot of people like go out to do hikes and start walking their neighborhoods a little bit more and like appreciating the smaller things. And it was really nice. And now since we've reverted, it's the same thing. And I'm not saying that it was ever, what's the word? Ever less. Like it wasn't ever less than we thought. Like cell phones have just been continuously being integrated into everyday life. And it sucks because you don't even realize how much they have a hold on you. I have so many ideas in my phone. If I were to lose my phone, oh my God, dude. I'd shit the bed, bro. I would shit the bed. I've got so many ideas on my phone. I've got so many songs on my phone. I've got, the typical like passwords, accounts, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like you would shit bricks if you lost your goddamn phone. Isn't that ridiculous? This little piece of fucking hardware, and you can't live without it. You don't have a camera without it. You can't call anybody. You don't have an emergency source. You don't even have answers to your own fucking dumbass questions like what color should my shit be. You don't have any of that. And life, if you ask me, was so much simpler. Like if I could survive in today's society with a flip phone, that would be so sick. But every job I've had is like, get this app because we have our time clock is through this app, or get this app because all of the recipes are on Google Drive or they're on Dropbox or something. So I'm like putting myself at a disadvantage if I don't have a smartphone in this day and age. You know what I mean? So it's literally a problem if you don't have a smartphone. You can't do anything. And people look at you all weird and like you're from the fucking 20th century, 18th century or some shit like that. If you don't have a smartphone, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, Bishop, it's insane. Why don't you have a smartphone? Fucking dumbass bird. But isn't that crazy? So then you take your phone, right? And then look at how much stuff you can do on your phone. You can surf the web on your phone. You can stay in contact with people from across the globe on your phone. You can like play games on your phone. You got any games on your phone? You can listen to music on your phone. Oh my gosh, dude. You can create music on your phone. You can draw on your phone. You can hack shit on your phone. Take pictures on your phone. Edit pictures on your phone. Edit videos on your phone. Like, what the fuck, dude? It's insane. And so then, since that's in everybody's pocket, and since that is, like I said, you can't live in this society today without having a smartphone. Every major corporation knows this. Every major company knows that. They know how useful it is to the everyday consumer like yourself. So then they put ads. They put ads everywhere for anything. Something that popped into my head today that I thought was really interesting is my Spotify app wasn't working. So I was having like a conniption, I was having a conniption at work, like, oh my God, I don't have my fucking music. No, it was fine. I just looked up some SoundCloud songs. I listened to my own music that I've made, stuff like that. And it was fine. It was a great vibe. And, but when I was listening to the SoundCloud stuff, since I don't have the premium on there that you have to pay for, capitalism again, I was getting ads, right? I was getting ads for insurance companies, food ads. I was getting ads for loans, financial loans, stuff like that. And then this ad for an app, a gambling app. It was like a Texas Hold'em or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. The slots were, it was like, everybody on this app wins every single day, like blah blah blah. Sounds like a radio host, And then what's crazy is that, and it just popped into my head today, what's crazy is that the gambling ads are the only ads that you see or hear that go, gambling problem, call this number, right? You don't ever see like a Corona ad or like a Modelo ad or a Coors Light ad that goes, alcohol problem, call this number. You know what I mean? It's crazy because it hits the same parts of your brain, and the companies know this. They know this. If I know this, they know this. You know what I mean? Alcoholism and addiction to gambling hit the same spots of your brain. It's like a whole dopamine thing. You know what I mean? While it may not affect you physically to go gamble, it's affecting you mentally. Whereas alcohol in the short term affects you physically, in the long term affects you mentally, correct? So they are both one and the same, and the same thing goes for let's say marijuana, right? Why don't you say like drug problem, call this number, you know what I mean? Because it's possible. I've seen people like not do anything with their lives because they smoke so much weed that they can't function. They can't do anything right. They can't keep a job. They can't, you know what I mean? So who is running the ads, and where you don't tell an alcoholic when you run an ad for your beer that if they have a problem, they should call this number. But you can tell a gambling problem, call this number. You know who calls those numbers most of the time? Family members, because they know they're struggling and they know the person will not do it for themselves. I just thought that was crazy. I thought the fact that every single gambling ad you've ever heard goes, gambling problem, call this number. But it's not the same for alcoholism. So I just thought that was really interesting. That was like the man keeping you locked away, the man keeping you compressed, keeping you sheltered and shaded and shit, right? And also, most places you go gambling have drinking. So they kind of like go hand in hand, right? Most of the time. I just thought that was super interesting. A little off topic, but it's kind of the same thing. The way the capitalism shit is kind of like taking over and blah 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 blah. So we talked about the phone thing. So tech in general. Let's just talk about tech in general. What tech is scaring you guys the most today? I mean, if I'm gonna pick the two big ones, it's gonna be AI and Neuralink. While I do think that it has benefits both ways, I think it's getting out of hand. You can call me a fucking boomer for this shit, but I don't care, dude. I think the Neuralink thing is going to become such a problem, because who's to say Musk isn't going to open source the software for this, right? And as soon as that happens, Oh my god, dude. And then what'll happen, this is my theory, what will happen is that companies will see the benefit of having everybody's mind connected to tech all the time. So they can run ads in your head, so that they can kind of manipulate your judgment in order to buy their products more, in order to sell you the solution, right? That's my theory. Not saying it's going to happen, but it's, hey man, I ain't got nothing that's making my clouds for my crops, so what the fuck, you know what I mean? What's going on with that? I just got more farmers putting more pesticides in my shit, you know what I mean? So, it's weird. It's weird. Strange to me. And then the AI thing, it's just getting a little weird. So then I did just see something today too. Apparently, the AI, this is where it really goes south. And I was talking to one of my buddies a couple months ago. He said this while we were working the line at work, and he goes, dude, as soon as AI goes into the realm of like sex trafficking or sex work, and it gets really good, it's game over for society. There's already a decline in birth rates because of the way of the world right now. From when I talk to other people in my age group, people don't want to have kids for the most part, unless it's sadly on accident. But people don't really want to have kids this day and age because they're terrified of the way the world is. They don't trust themselves enough to make good decisions to raise a child. You know what I mean? And they don't know which way the world is going. So then it's hard for them to anticipate what's the best call for my kid, right? And that's scary. That's scary shit. Especially when you're the leader of the free world, and you see that your citizens aren't birthing as much. You know what I mean? There isn't as many people. It's a concern, right? Musk also talks about this. He's got a bunch of weird like theories about it. I'm like 50-50 with that guy, you know what I mean? He made the fucking Cybertruck. That thing looks like a piece of shit. So you know, but it is truthfully a problem when your citizens don't want to have kids. It is a problem. But my buddy was saying, as soon as AI and sex work becomes a thing, it's game over. He's like, dude, I would never fucking leave my house. He's like, I ain't fucking nobody. I'm fucking the AI bitch that's in my house. Like it's crazy. And like when he said that, I was like, you know, you make a really good point, you know? Like, and that this goes right back to Cyberpunk the game. If you guys are driving around town and you look at the ads that are around town, there's ads on like making your dick bigger, and then there's ads about like BBLs and like fake ass, and then there's sex just like over everything. There's even like sex ads for energy drinks and sex ads for like potato chips. It's crazy. So as soon as that becomes a thing, because you know sex sells, every company will deny it, but that's literally like, that's it, dude. Capitalism, bro. They're going to take over, and it's such a dopamine rush for your head. They're going to get your money just like that. Just get your fucking money. So that's scary in and of itself. It's like, it's pretty ridiculous when you put it all together and you really do start thinking about it. It's insane. So kind of steering away from the AI sex workers, let's just talk about regular AI, because there's also a space for that in the Cyberpunk game as well. Regular AI would have the ability to lock you out of your house, lock you out of your job, take your job. A lot of people are getting concerned about this now, and I'm thankful that I work a trade, but I've also heard that my job might become obsolete, at least for some people. Like I heard in the news somewhere, I don't know the legitimacy of this, but apparently Taco Bell was supposed to come out with a AI manned Taco Bell restaurant. I don't know when that's coming out. I haven't heard of it. But yeah, like, think about that. Getting your Taco Bell from a robot. And I don't see cooking ever getting replaced by robots, other than maybe like yo, shout out to the robots if they could unload the trucks. But then you don't want to take somebody's job for unloading the truck, right? But the only reason you would do it is because humans are fragile, right? Humans are what's the word I'm looking for? Humans are limited. Time limited. What is the word I'm looking for? Or brittle. I don't know. But how many times does like a delivery driver, like, he's out sick because, he pulled his back, or like, he fucking dropped something on his foot, he's got a broken toe or something like that. If that happens to a robot, ain't no big fucking deal, you know what I mean? And then if it happens to a robot and it's completely out of commission, well, then now the humans can unload the truck. You see what I'm saying? We still need, if you ask me, a human driver to get to the destination. I don't want any AI driving somewhere. The whole self-driving car thing's freaking me out. Okay, so I'm going a little off topic again. I think I actually mentioned this movie in a different episode. I think it was episode 4 or something like that, is when I talked about being in a simpler society. But this movie is called Leave the World Behind. If you guys haven't seen it, it is a fantastic movie. It's like, I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm going to give you like the synopsis of it. It is basically like if we had a current day apocalypse, like what would happen, right? What would happen in current day apocalypse? So I'm just going to leave it at that because I don't want to ruin the movie. It's very suspenseful, very great. I think it's going to win an award for best Netflix movie or something like that, or the biggest thriller of the year or something like that. It's a good movie. Ending, but that's kind of how all Netflix originals are. The endings fucking suck. But yeah, that movie really shows you how one thing can change everything. And it's not no cheesy like zombie apocalypse type movie. I just say apocalypse because it really changes the game as far as your daily life. Like what happens in the movie really changes it. So I don't know, man. Cyberpunk, I mean, while there's aspects of it that are cool, there's other aspects that I am just not for at all. Like, okay, so we're gonna step away from AI and we're gonna go back to Neuralink, right? So it benefits right now, and this is a fantastic use for it. This is amazing. He has only put it in paraplegics, from what I understand, people who can't move, but they want a better quality of life. Like, they were on the verge of, like, just saying fuck this shit and I'm done or whatever, and they were like, okay, well, you might as well try this Neuralink shit out or something of that nature. Maybe I'm stretching that one a little bit, but anyways, one of these guys was able to play like a game of Counter-Strike with his fucking head, dude, with his mind. He played a game of Counter-Strike. You know how crazy that is? I can't even play Counter-Strike, and I'm using a mouse and keyboard. I suck at Counter-Strike. But this dude played Counter-Strike with his fucking head, dude. Talk about aimbot. Like, what the hell? That's insane. I wonder how it feels like in your head to be connected to that. And then like does it hurt? You know what I mean? Does it like hurt to like flex a part of your brain? Like if you let's say you play Counter-Strike for like 12 hours straight, is your brain fried? Like, are you tired as fuck? You know what I mean? Like, is your brain like moving all of those muscles around and like trying to get shit to do the right thing at the right time and using your godlike reflexes? Oh shit, zombie! But seriously, like 12 hours of Counter-Strike, your brain's got to be tired. You got to be exhausted, dude. You got to be chugging like fucking Gatorade and brain juice, Ecto Cooler, you know what I mean? Something. That shit is ridiculous. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely do not want a chip in my head. That is the last thing I want, is to be chipped and to be controlled and somebody play it like a joke that's a running joke with my friend group now is like the whole Neuralink thing. Somebody brings up Neuralink and then somebody goes, "Want a break from the ads?" Or "Want to see this memory from 2016?" Like your Snapchat, you know? You're like, "Memory from 2016. Pay the premium of like $5.99 to access this memory." Like, dude, it's gonna get crazy. You know what I mean? Like, homeboy might be happy that he can play Counter-Strike in his head, but Elon Musk owns that motherfucker. If he wanted to like nightmare his ass, he totally could. He could play some crazy psychopath shit in his head and like think nothing of it. Nothing, dude. Like, what the fuck? It's crazy. So I think I'm kind of rambling at this point. I don't know. I kind of enjoyed it. I think it was really fun. I'm just like yelling and talking about this crazy shit. But I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. It was fun. My recording did not fucking restart. That's nice. This is my second take, thank God. So it's all good there. I had a couple other points, but I don't think these were as important as the other ones that I went through. But yeah, Cyberpunk is just like a big old dopamine head rush of just crazy shit. And like, it's all too real, man. It's all way too real. Like, if you guys have seriously, I'm going to hit it again. If you guys haven't played that game, you guys really need to go and play Cyberpunk 2077. It is a storyline masterpiece, and everything about it really ties into enjoying what life is all about. Like, and I'm not bullshitting you, bro. It really is that deep. So, thank you guys for listening. I know this is like a little bit longer on the TED Talk sort of things, but I appreciate you guys for joining me. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.